The map is in the top right-hand corner of the screen, and we are leaving Transition 1 and Transition 2 by the lake and the park, and we start heading out on the Kettle Valley Railway, also known as KVR. This is the first 10 kilometers. It's an out and back, and I've heard people suggest that this may be the hardest Ironman race start out there. And I certainly wouldn't know that, but I will tell you, having run and biked this course, that it is a very, very difficult start. So you will see that as we get out on the roads here, we're going to do a roundabout and we are going to start heading uphill. And this first section, I'm going to suggest that a lot of people might walk it. You can run it, but we are going to get up to a 12% grade within 700 meters of leaving the transition. Now, this Kettle Valley Railway section is gorgeous. It's pretty. From kilometers 3 to 7, there are vineyards, lake views, and beautiful views back down over downtown. But I think people are probably going to start out too hard here, feeling good off the bike as you normally do. And these hills are going to take a toll. So you can see right now we're at about 6%, 7%. It's going to get steeper. And the real effect is going to be when we do the turnaround and you come down these hills around 9 kilometers, 9.5 kilometers. You're going to be feeling great. The crowds are going to pick up. You're going to be coming super downhill. And I think people are going to run on pace instead of running to their heart rate. So definitely a tricky part. I think these first 10 kilometers are going to be the setup for the rest of your race. The real race is kilometers 10 through 42. Okay, we'll speed up the video here a little bit. This is the section of the Kettle Valley Railway run part where we turn around and we start to head back to Transition 1 and Transition 2. From this point down to that area is pretty nicely downhill. There are up and downs as you see in the video, but your pace will pick up naturally as the slope starts to tend downwards. So we're just exiting the transition area and we're going to head out on the road. There's a little deviation from the course that I had to take. I could not ride up Main Street as that is one way in the opposite direction. So I rode up an adjacent street, Martin Street, until Skaha. So it won't look exactly like it will on race day for the next little bit. But this section is nice to start out on Main Street. There'll be lots of people cheering. There's lots of restaurants and cafes. It will be pretty exciting. It is sloped up a little bit, so your pace will come down, but that is, a very gentle 1% grade or so. And then we head out onto Skaha. So I'll just speed this section up until we get out to the next main part of the course. At this point, we're hitting Skaha. We are still heading away from the finish line. For me, this section is a little hard. The next few kilometers are going to be passing Walmarts and big box retailers. It's not the nicest area, and so you're going to have to grind. We're going to do this section 2 times. So the first time out, you're going to have to realize you're going to do it again. Second time might be a little more fatigue, but a little bit easier mentally, knowing that you're not going to have to do it again. So this is just a straight out and back, and it's a long grind. Okay, thankfully and maybe mercifully, we have hit the turnaround at Skaha Lake Park. So this is where the course map says we will loop around, and then it's back along Skaha and then into Main Street, which is Main Street will be a definite pick me up as there'll be some supporters there, and you will be getting close to the transition area again. As we come down Main Street, there's a little bit of jog left and right until we get onto Lakeshore. But you will definitely be feeling the crowd here, hopefully supporters, and knowing that you'll be running beside the lake here pretty quickly. So this is the end of the Skaha and Main Street sections. As we turn onto the lake, you can see the famous peach on the right-hand side, and we do a left here. Now on this part of the course, I'm not sure if we're going to be running along the pathway on the right or the actual road, but from here, it's a straightaway to the paddle wheel boat, and then there's a sharp left, and Not such a nice section, just kind of plain road running for a kilometer or two, and then it's all the way back. So if this is your first time, you're going to do this part, come back to the start where the peach is, and then head out on Main and Skaha again. If it's your second time, this will be your last time. You will take this lakeside road out and then come back to the finish line. At this point here, I'm making my last turn by the paddle wheel boat on the left side. So it's a sharp right turn, and then we're heading along the lake either to complete your first loop of this section or completing the second loop. So this entire loop of Main, Skaha, and Lake is 16 kilometers. First loop will be 10 to 26, and the second loop will be 26 to 42. If this is your 26 to 42 section, this is a straight away to the finish line. It will be fun and it will be exciting.